Alright guys,
We're back here.
we're back. So Bryan decided to hold on to his SALAMANGREAT deck.
Even for the MR5, even for the revision.
He's gonna take the regionals. There's a regionals in Connecticut on the 9th. We're all going. It's gonna be dope.
Dope.
As,
Really
as the
dope.
youngins say.
The lit crowd.
Or on cap, or whatever they say. So, Bryan's gonna go through his deck profile real quick. And let us know what you think in the comment section down below. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment.
And always press on the notification button to join our notification squad.
Yeah, so let's get right into it. We're gonna get out of frame and give Bryan some room, so.
It's not like we're giving him a spotlight because we don't play Salamangreat. No.
Dude, I'm the best SALAMANGREAT player on the planet, dude. Alright, so.
We'll talk about that when we actually pick it up. Alright, Bryan.
Go ahead.
Alright guys, so I'm playing SALAMANGREAT. Decided to play it for the regionals because I thought it was going to be something a lot of people wouldn't be ready for. So we'll just get right into it. We're doing 3 Flame Buffaloes, no Lady Debug just because we want to focus on 1 normal summon. We'll go into the Salad engine now. We got the 1 Gazelle, the 3 Foxy, 3 Jack Jaguar. This is a lot of things that people don't expect just because Spinny's kind of useless right now and we run Pot of Desires, so we want to see at least 1 Jack Jaguar in our game. 2 Foul, because Foul is really strong right now. It's just a free special summon. It's kind of like Backup Secretary, if you know what Backup Secretary is, but it's a rank 4, so you could go into like a Turbo, Beast Dweller, Tornado Dragon, whichever rank 4s you guys like. 2 Spinnies. I really don't like 2 Spinnies right now. It's kind of like a dead draw. It doesn't really do anything in terms of like extenders. So I might honestly cut it down to 1, but for now it's just at 2. And then the 1 Falco, because you don't really need to run 1. You don't really need to run more than 1 because it's a hard once per turn, and Falco is just, it's fine the way it is at 1. That's it for the Salad engine. We're just gonna go into, we got like 6 monsters left. We got 3 Backup Secretary. This just helps for kind of like extenders. If I only have like, for example, 1 Salad card in your hand and you have a Backup Secretary, you can summon the Salad monster, special summon the Secretary, and then you can link this off for the Balinks. And for hand traps, we have 3 Ash Blossom. I'm not really focusing too much on hand traps too strongly. We can just side them in if we need to. The Ash Blossom is just really good because it's a fire attribute and you can get it back with Sunlight Wolf. So that's it for the monsters. For the spells, we're running 3 Signet Mining. You gotta run this card. It's really, really strong. You basically can get almost any of the cards in your hand, whether it's Gazelle or Flame Buffalo, or basically anything that you need specifically in your hand that you do not have. And it's also a discard, so you can discard like Jack Jaguar or Spinny, and then you can recur it back from the graveyard that way. We're running 3 Will. A lot of people are probably gonna wonder, why are you running 3 instead of 2? Because we play Pot of Desires, we want to run 3 because we don't want to banish all 3. We like want to potentially at least have 1 in the deck when we do use Pot of Desires. We have the 1 Sanctuary and 1 Circle. We don't really need more than 1. You search for Sanctuary basically all game, and for Circle, if you draw into it, it's great, and if you need the Circle, you can always just search it as well. We have the 2 Pot of Desires. This is just a really strong +2. I started playing Yu-Gi-Oh! About a month ago, so I really didn't like the effect that you would have to banish 10 of your cards. That's literally like 1/4 of your deck for most people, but the +2 is just so strong. And if you just play around, like build your ratios so that Pot of Desires doesn't really hurt you, then the free +2 is just too good. We have 2 Twin Twisters just because back row hate. I was running 2 Cosmic Cyclones, but Twin Twisters is definitely a lot stronger. Like I said, you can discard most of the cards in your hand and you can recur it back using most of your Link monsters or Will, for example. And Floodgates are just, they really hurt this deck. So Twin Twisters really isn't out for that. And then we have 1 Foolish Burial just because it helps extend plays. And if you need a starter, Foolish Burial is also that as well. So that's it for the spells. And for the traps, we have 2 SALAMANGREAT Roar and 2 Rage. I personally want to run these at 3 each because you do want to see them. You can recur them back. Roar recurs itself back if you have a Link monster that was reincarnated. And Rage is really strong because it pops cards. So against back row decks, Rage is definitely really helpful along with the Twin Twisters. And for the last spice, I guess you could say, is I'm maining 3 Evenly Matched. I think this card is going to be really unexpected, especially for something like SALAMANGREATs. They're not like you're a go first deck. But let's say you lose the die roll, which unfortunately during locals, I always lose the die roll. So they decide to go first. They build an insane board, and you could be like, ha, nice board, enter battle, evenly matched. And then they really just don't know what to do. So that's it for the main deck. We're going to go into the extra deck right now. This is a pretty standard extra deck, but a couple things that are different, and I'll explain when we get there. So we obviously have the 3 Balinks, The 3 Sunlight Wolf, probably the best Salamangreat card. They should have banned this card instead of Mirage Dahlia, to be honest. 2 Heat Leo and 2 Pyro Phoenix. I feel like now without Mirage Dahlia, you pretty much want to play Pyro Phoenix. It's really, really strong right now. You just basically blow up all cards on the field. And it's with Jaguar, you can basically use its effect as many times as you need to. And then after that, we have the 1 Phoenix and the 1 Hida. They're just both fire monsters, so they help really extend into your plays. Phoenix pops a card in the back row, and Hida can also just kind of disrupt if they have like a fire monster in their graveyard and you want to use it for, you know, link 3 or link 4. It definitely catches them off guard too. 1 Abyss Dweller, because Abyss Dweller is still really strong. Even without Orcus, there's still a whole bunch of decks that play from their graveyard. This will definitely put them in their, stop them in their tracks, and it helps you save you a turn if you end up breaking or anything like that. And the last 2 cards, which I consider my spice of the deck, is Update Jammer and Mech Knight Crusadia Avermax. A lot of people see these cards and they're like, why are you running this in Salads? And well, for one, Update Jammer is really good because it's a Cyberse monster, and like for example, if you have a Cyberse monster like another Salamangreat monster and you're going into battle, Update Jammer's effect goes off. It's a quick effect. All of the cards on the field are negated. So it's kind of like a Dark Ruler no more, and it helps. It's a once per turn, but it definitely helps. It catches people off guard. They can't activate anything. And if you link it into another link monster, which you would probably want to link it for Avermax, it can attack twice. And the cool thing with Avermax is that Avermax can't be targeted by cards. It's really hard to get over, and you basically do 3,000 attack damage to your opponent regardless, because of its effect. It gains the attack of the special summon monster, and you're usually crashing into a special summon monster. So Avermax is definitely something that gets slept on a lot, especially for Salads, and they won't see it coming. So it's definitely like that one punch. You can OTK real quick with that. For the side deck now, this one will definitely get a little bit of changing, because from PPG, if you guys know about that, they were running a lot of spirals and dinos and whatnot. So Drolls are definitely something for people to look out for. But for now, I'm not running Drolls. I might put them in the side deck, but for now we just have the 1 Pinkertops. It's really good. It pops a card, and we have 2 Ghost Sisters and Spooky Dogwood. This card is kind of useless, but at the same time it can really help against those really heavy combo decks. They special summon a card, and then you send this to the grave, and you basically gain life points. Against some decks, they'll just completely go full combo, and they'll still manage to pull it off against you if you really bricked. But this card will really stop like BA players in their tracks, because they can't really be able to OTK you, and it will just be a really dragged out duel. They can't really do anything. They just pass. We got 3 Nibirus. I used to main all 3 Nibirus, but there's such a dead draw. Like, I'd rather have 3 evenly match over the 3 Nibirus. Nibiru is definitely strong, but it really depends on game 2 and what you're going up against. If you're facing like Crusadia, for example, which in my locals we have a lot of Crusadia players, you just side this in and they really can't do anything. It's really strong. We have 3 Called By. Called By is pretty strong as well. If they have Ash, if they have Ghost Ogre, anything that they kind of like hand traps, for example, you could just Called By it and they can't really do anything about it. They just kind of be like, okay. We have the Cosmic Cyclone. Just in case if I can't handle the back row with Twin Twisters alone, we have Cosmic Cyclone as well. It definitely does help to have extra back row hate. And 2 Mind Control, because Mind Control is really strong. You can basically just continue your plays by using Mind Control. You can actually go into Avermax, or if you're playing Borreload or Boral Sword, Mind Control definitely helps extend that play so that you can go for a potential OTK. And for the last 2 cards in my side deck, I actually run 1 Borreload and 1 Boral Sword. And that's just because if Avermax doesn't seem too well, we could just side out the Avermax for Boral Sword or Borreload. We can even also put both of them in and then take out this Update Jammer. But a cool thing that I was playtesting with is with Update Jammer, if you make Boral Sword or Borreload with Update Jammer, they can attack twice. With Borreload, that helps because if you attack and you take control of their monster, he can't attack again after that turn. But now he can attack twice with Update Jammer. So potentially he can take control of 2 monsters, or you can take control of 1 and then attack over with 3k. And with Boral Sword, with his effect, he can already attack twice if you have an attack position monster. But now you can attack 3 times, so it's guaranteed OTK. And that's pretty much it for the side deck. If you guys have any ideas, you guys can put it in the comments below what you guys think. I honestly think it'll be something that will catch a lot of people off guard. And that's pretty much it. You guys have anything to say?
Yeah, in the last, we have 40 seconds. All right. So we want to thank Bryan for the dope deck profile. I hope we
Do
see.
great.
I see him in the finals of regionals
Oh yeah,
for a feature match. Imagine,
Imagine.
that would be crazy.
crazy. Bro.
That would be crazy.
And also, thank you again for Side Scrollers for having us provide the space for us to film again.
Yep.
Yeah, and
Thank you so much.
And yeah, so we'll have this deck profile up for you guys. Hopefully you got a lot out of it. Make sure to subscribe, like, and comment.
Always press on the notification button to join our notification squad.
Yep.
Blah, blah, blah.
And without further ado, this is your boy Susu from Head to Head Battles.
Jojo from Pet Battle. And
Signing out.
Brian from Side Scrollers. Signing out.